liked episode 6, Jazmine Barnes and Jakelin Caal Maquin. Those are two names that I eventually that took me 3 weeks to learn. Those were the two names that drove me crazy these last 3 weeks. Trying to figure out who was who. Trying to figure out, they're basically, Jazmine Barnes is the name of the young girl that was killed over around New Year's a while back, and she died to senseless gun violence. And Jakelin Caal Maquin, she was the young girl that died in the Border Patrol's custody. It's funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny how I got to that place where turns out the last few weeks I was trying to get everyone to say a different name. LaPortia Washington. I thought that was the name of the young girl that died. So I was trying to get everyone to say her name. That's why I went on this whole Kanye Twitter rant. Because that was the hidden motive, but I wasn't upfront about it. Originally, it was never about the hat. The hat came as part of what transpired. But the true thing was I wanted to get people to say, I wanted to get on the podcast so that way Joe Rogan and Kanye West could say Jazmine Barnes' name. I'm glad it didn't work because we would have said the wrong name. Boy, was that embarrassing. Yeah, because the thing was, what it ended up happening was, I saw that news article, and I saw, back, on the 3rd of January, I saw it, and it just made me sad. And then I saw a tweet from an advocate that just said, say her name. So it's funny because it's I literally asked everyone. Well, I asked I asked openly to Twitter, I asked openly to Facebook, but at the time I thought no one told me the name. And it wasn't until weeks later that I realized that there were a few people that actually did tell me my name. But at the time, I was just under so much stress. Looking back at it, I wasn't listening. And that was my fault. I seriously, when it was pointed out to me after I made this Facebook post about God, I'm a fucking idiot. I fucking spent the last 3 weeks doing this. I committed career suicide. I was really upset, but at the same time, it's I did this to myself. I was the one that I'm not blaming anybody. I did it to myself. And even then, it's you put yourself out there and you embarrass yourself, and it's it's cringeworthy. It's cringeworthy. What can you do? But I know that ultimately now, thanks to a great group of friends that I have, I now know her name. I know both of their names. And I now know that there's people I can reach out to. I'm learning how to deal, I'm trying to be open, but I'm learning how to fine tune the openness. Granted, not everything has to be put out online. I know, I'm aware of that. But I guess these causes meant so much to me. At the time, when I was going through all that stuff, it made the most sense. I'm not apologizing for what happened. I apologize if people were hurt by my actions. But I truly I truly felt I was doing the right thing. And like looking back at it, it's like, damn, I can't believe I did that. But man, like how cool would it have been? How funny would it have been if I got on that podcast, on the Joe Rogan podcast, and like we said the wrong name? That'd be hilarious. That's like a fail of the year. People still say fail. I don't. Man, it just was. I don't know. Like I just like I think like that like also goes with like with learning how to like not, like I said, like fine tune this, like everything that I've been doing the last few weeks have just been like raw emotion, and I'm learning how to channel that for good. I mean, everything is for good, but like I'm learning how to like channel it healthy, in a healthy manner. And made mistakes. I know I'm smiling about it, but what's done is done. Can't harp on it. Just gotta keep moving forward. I don't know. It's funny because it's like I do this to myself. I put the social media stress on myself. Like everything. Like I don't want it to seem like I'm blaming everyone for my problems. Like I'm not. I'm really not, because like I have to take ownership. Like I chose to do all this stuff, and actions have consequences. Because I feel like my interactions with people in the real life are like a lot more genuine than they are online. And I'm just trying to like connect with people. I just, not that like not that I need to be liked, but like I'm just trying to express myself. I'm just learning how to express this, like this new way of thinking, this new like this who I am. I get inspired by everything, so I try to chat. It's like I get inspired by everything, and I'm trying to do all at once, and I'm just like, but it's so raw and unformed that I'm just learning as I go along. That's why I put myself out there. Like, because I'm just trying to create. I'm trying to be vulnerable. Trying to be honest. And that's why I ask, it's like, if you have questions, just ask me. It could be anything. Because I'm pretty sure no one else is willing to do what I'm doing. No one's willing to put themselves out there like that. Actions do have consequences. I don't like the idea. And I'm shifting like thought process right now. This is just how I think. But I don't like the idea that you have to be well behaved in order to keep a job. It's like, hey, you gotta watch what you say on social media because it'll come back to bite you in the ass. Granted, like if you're saying hate speech, yeah, go fuck yourself. But like if you're just being honest, I don't know. I guess that's a double entendre. Who am I to say if they're being honest with their hate speech? It's not. I don't know. Is this philosophy? I'm not condoning it. Do we have to have balance? I just want to create. I just want to create. I just want to make the world a better place. I just want my friends to be happy. I want strangers like to live their dreams, so that way every interaction that I encounter, everyone's happy. But you can't please everyone. I know that you can't please everyone. But that's the thing. It's like what I like to do. I like to ask questions. I like to ask like, why are you why are you being such a bitch right now? Why are you so grumpy? There has to be something that happened earlier in the day that pissed you off. Cuz like say I'm at an oil place changing my oil. And the employee is upset or kind of like standoffish. Like what caused them to be that way? What are the stresses in that person's life that caused him to be the way he is, or she? Women work at oil places too, Michael. I know. I know. I don't know. I just it, this this is gonna sound crazy, but like a few weeks ago, like when I was going through the whole manic episode, I seriously thought I was going to die. I seriously thought that was going to be the end of my life. I thought my body was going to shut down. Like I've never experienced any like that type of stress before. I seriously thought I was going to go to the VA hospital. I was afraid that if I walked into the VA hospital, I was going to die. I felt that like if I finally got rest, if I relaxed, my body was going to shut down and go away. So I had to keep pumping that adrenaline to survive. And now that I didn't die, like it gave me a whole new outlook on life. It's like giving me a much bigger vision. It's like I thought there was like I thought I wanted to be a certain thing. It's like no, like aim bigger, aim bigger. I want to be the Jimmy Iovine of entertainment, as far as for like film and television. If you don't know who Jimmy Iovine is, he is a successful music producer that like worked with some of the top like talent in the world. And he's also one of the reasons why Beats by Dre exists. And on top of that, he's also one of the reasons why they were able to sell Beats by Dre for, I believe, $400 million to Apple. He's an innovator. And basically what he does is he just puts two creative people together and let them make magic. He sees greatness. He recognizes greatness when it happens. And that's what I want to do. I want to do stand up. I want to have my own show. I want to be a writer. I want to own my own production company. I want to own my own studio. I want to be Mike Lazo from Adult Swim. I want to be Dan Harmon. I want to be Matt Stone. I want to be Trey Parker. How do I get there? First things first, gotta start somewhere. So let me create these death by PowerPoints. Let me, instead of like looking at what these death by PowerPoints are, as far as like face value, when we take a step back and realize it's like, oh wait, maybe these are just exercises to becoming a better writer, to becoming a better storyteller. Let's take a step back and look at the videos that Mike makes. Oh, he's trying to be a better cinematographer. He's trying to implement meaning. He's trying to show instead of tell. Let's take a step back with what Mike is doing with this podcast. He's using it as therapy. He's using it as a blueprint for others. I don't know where my journey is going to end up. I genuinely don't know. But I do believe that I'm on to something. And I feel crazy because like no one else is seeing it but me. And I'm trying to tell everybody like what I see, but people discredit me because of my manic episodes, and I don't blame them. I see everything. To me, everything is connected. You can always learn from someone or something, regardless of how disregarded they are. Yesterday, I left my internship. I had to go run an errand, and as I'm walking towards the destination, I see this homeless guy laying on the sidewalk smoking a joint. Most people would think that's disgusting. But to me, that guy was fucking free. He had no rules. He had no one to abide by. He was just living his I was about to say miserable life. He was just living his life. Who knows what circumstances got him there, whether or not it's his own or what, you know what I mean? He had a choice to, like, he has choices to, like, to avoid that. But at that moment, at that time, his life and my life, our lives, synced up to where I recognized that that guy was just being free. It was beautiful. Smoking a joint while laying on a sidewalk. And he was coughing up a lung too. The world is beautiful if you choose to see it that way. It's funny, the most stress that I get is from social media. My personal life, everything is fine. I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm happy with what I do. I'm very grateful that I genuinely get joy out of doing the things that I do. Like, I love doing this podcast. I love doing the death by PowerPoints. I love creating the videos. I love writing. Because I do that for me. I do that for my well-being. And if people connect to it, good. If not, it was never for you anyway. That's where I'm at right now. The second part of that is because I see everything. How do I make money doing that? Maintaining that lifestyle. And that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm in a position where I can actually go for it. And I want to go for it. I like my internship, but I can't see myself driving, like spending 4 hours a day in traffic, because to me that's 4 hours. That's 4 hours wasted of creating, of something else I could have applied that time to. I look at my time as valuable. Time is a commodity. That's why inconsiderate people piss me off. That's why when people waste my time, it pisses me off. If you were just open and honest with me from the beginning, if you communicated like, hey, I don't want to do this, I want to do that, it's like, okay, cool, we can do that. But then when you waste my time, it's like you piss me off so much. Because I'm trying to get to somewhere, and I don't need people detracting me from that. People are like, wow, where did this turn? Everything's connected to me. Everything's connected. I'm pretty sure the families of both Jazmine Barnes and Jakelin, Caal, Maquin wish they had more time with their daughters, their sister, their loved ones. Everything's connected. All in all, at the sake of figuring everything out, like of my mental health, like the relationships that I've made, broken, the bridges I burned probably in these last few weeks, all of that for probably about 5 to 6 retweets. 5 to 6 people now know Jazmine Barnes and Jakelin Caal Maquin's name. That was worth it to me. I genuinely mean that. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing to put yourself out there like that. To set yourself up for failure. But none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. Maybe the reason I connect with Kanye so much is because maybe this, like, what he's going through or what I'm going through is exactly how he feels. Maybe he wants to do the exact same thing that I'm trying to do, but through like a different medium. And he has these outbursts. And he looks back at it and is just like, oh, fuck, why did I do that? It felt so right at the time. Maybe he also has like this raw energy, raw emotion, and he's trying to learn how to channel it. You can hear it through his music. I'm the type of person that like that's why I never understood why people like harp on like, it's like, oh, they said this. Like, yeah, they said it. You can't take back words, but like there's deeper meaning to it. Not everyone can. How many fucking people like has ever written a rough draft of a fucking essay and like, oh, that's it. I've done that a lot, but I've turned it in. But like, or something that you care about, where you need to like go back and rewrite it to make sure your point is accurate, or what you're trying to say means something. I'm that type of way. Like I talk my ideas out. I bounce my ideas back. It's like, hey, this is what I'm thinking right now. I say it, and then people question it. I'm like, oh wait, I didn't mean it that way. I guess I meant it more like this. And they keep doing that until I get to the core issue of like what I was trying to say to begin with. Is that my cue to wrap it up? That's embarrassing. Go away. Go away. I keep the. I should have just kept it. That would have been perfect. But I felt like I was onto something there. God. Well, I felt that there's a few good nuggets in this episode. I felt that some people might need someone to like. Some people need to express themselves a couple times to figure out what they're really trying to say. Right? Because I think that's what we're all trying to do. Please, that's why I'm so adamant about like, if you have any questions about like any of my motives or anything that I'm trying to do across any of the platforms, just ask me. I will tell you how I feel. A few people get me. A few people get me. And I appreciate that. Julius, you're one of those people. Love you guys. Now let's cue the music.